When is a tree not just a tree? While this may sound like a Zen koan, it can also be a practical question, as in the work of Kalani Engles, currently on view at the Triton Museum of Art in the exhibition, Trees. In this exhibition, nature abounds, but it is an exaggerated nature, one in which color, shape, movement, and metaphor combine to transport the subject trees into something more than pure organics.
I just think of the tree, I think of the smell, I think of how old they are, and why are these called blue oaks? They don't have blue trunks. But okay, I'm going to make them blue trunks. I'm going to do blue trunk, blue oak, California blue oak trees.
The idea of emphasizing color as a means of portraying the inner vitality of a subject is rooted deeply in Kalani Engles' childhood.
I've been very lucky. I grew up in San Francisco until I was 12 years old. My father painted and he played with the symphony, and he took us to the museums. And one time we saw Picasso. He had done the blue period. And people were laughing, and I was thinking they were the most beautiful paintings I'd ever seen in my life as a little girl. And I said to my father, "Why are they laughing?" It's because they're used to photographs. They're not used to wonderful people with wonderful imaginations. So that encouraged me to always draw and paint as a child, and I could just paint anything I wanted. And I always was colorful. We are so lucky. We have all these things we can be looking at. And the colors that go on with water, the colors in the sky. Point all this out to yourself and to your heart.
Kalani's visual detachment from external reality allows mystery to seep into the window she opens to the natural, floral world. Her series of trees lead the viewer from one stage of life to another, each mirroring the dualities of life itself, from warm expressions of joyous life to progressively less warm portrayals which set the stage for deeper explorations into our own nature. Engles' work, Blue Oaks, pivots from the bright side of nature, seen in the foreground, to darker realities in the background. These are more than just trees. They are us. They are the duality we find within. It is what we are.
We start with the comforting idea of nature, being surrounded, engulfed, reassured by what we see in nature. But then we have to also realize that there's a backstory. And as in this gallery, it comes in a circle. As many things in life go through a circle, from birth to death. And that is another sort of theme that you might see. It doesn't start with seedlings or with nuts, but it starts with a healthy, happy bit of nature devolving into the things that can happen to trees and nature and our lives that are not necessarily so positive.
As Kalani points out, we, each of us, have a multitude of potentialities, from light exuberance to inner despair, but not all is lost. The cycle of paintings brings us once more to the beginning and the warm, inviting nature that is ours to find, if only we are prepared to see.
I want them to see my art. I want them to see nature and go out and go for a walk with their children and look at things.